Alrighty, hello guys. Got this video here for you, and it's about the Monarchs, the Illusionary Snatcher Monarchs with Lad and the frogs and all this random stuff. But yeah, it was pretty fun to play with. But I got 10 games here for you, so I'm gonna go ahead and show them off. And the first one here is against the Harpy Ladies, which is a pretty fun deck. I'm just gonna open up, dump a Treeborn, and then bounce back to my hand. So yeah, well, my hand right here looks like I've pretty much got Lad so easily that it's amazing. But he's going to do his Harpy shenanigans that lets him get out a Draco sack. And that's really good for me because I can use that thing's effect to make 2 tokens and then get the Lad out, which would be funny. But yeah, so I'm going to get the Treeborn and then I'm going to take his Draco sack. And he's going to realize what I'm going to be trying to do, so he does the Fiendish Chain so I can't get it. But I'm just going to sack it off anyway, so whatever. He just bottomlesses because he's about to quit anyway because he realizes this isn't going to work out very well for him. So we can go ahead and hop into another game. We'll go against Burning Knucklers. Swapping on over here. I was playing and I didn't get like a single game against like the what are they called? Dragon Rulers and the Spellbooks. Didn't get a single game against either one of them, which was kind of surprising. And I only did like maybe 12 games, and the ones that I didn't do were like either I lost pretty badly or like I don't know, they were really bad decks. I don't know how many I did, but still. So this guy put together a pretty good Burning Knuckler deck. It's just the Max C was way too good against him, which is pretty much a problem with all decks. Like Max C is really good, but forced a Heavy Storm, and then Ryza and Caius say fuck you to the Yoke, the Battle and Boxer guy, their main boss monster. Yeah, they don't like that very much. So yeah, I'm just gonna go into the Constellar guy, and I'm going to add back the Max C. So really, he's kind of fucked no matter which way he goes, because he's going to have to special summon, which is going to make me go more plus, and already went plus from the beginning. So yeah, he's going to have a hard time. So he makes this one, and this one's kind of useless. I'm not sure what the point of it was. But he's going to compulse my M7 back, and that's alright with me. Because I can just Caius, get rid of this guy, and yeah, he's doesn't really stand much of a chance at that point. So yeah, he's just going to quit, because I had game right there anyways. Plus I had so many more plays. So we're going to go into another duel. This one against D Heroes, which this guy was pretty cool. He, fucked up DevPro, so yeah, gonna have to come back, so sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why DevPro does that sometimes, but this little bar right here with the pause swap and all that good stuff is like not there sometimes, which is really dumb, but that's alright. So first turn, he used the D-draw and whatnot, but he didn't summon the Stratos, which I'm not sure why he did not summon that. I guess he had some type of silly dilly play ready for me there. And yeah, I just MST'd his back row and then got the Treeborn. This turn he's gonna do his Stratos, and he's gonna make a Malicious. He had a play going for him because he was gonna do Foolish Burial, but that required way too much special summoning, and he decided not to do it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Listalos guy, get a card out of his hand and then bounce it back so I can do it again, because at this point Swap Frog's not very useful to me anymore. And yeah, he's going to do his Rhoda, and then he's going to make his Dandelions, and then he's going to go for Plasma, because that's a pretty good card. But the only thing is, when you have a good boss monster against Monarchs, they usually just take it. So yeah, boss monsters aren't very good against Monarchs, I'm afraid. Unless they can't be like targeted or something. But yeah, I'm just going to creature swap over the Treeborn Frog, and I get a nice Plasma, which this card's actually really good because you negate the effects of all other monsters. And yeah, he forgot that this card negates effects, so yeah. He's going to lose anyways because, yeah, he doesn't have any plays really. But just going to pop another card out of his hand and then attack and attack for game. So go and hop into another one, which would be against some type of really weird-ass Dark World deck. Just kind of kept it because, yeah, I think I did some pretty weird plays. But just going to chain Max C because I expected him to have, like, double beige and silver and gold and all this random stuff. But he's just doing Dark World shenanigans. And it seems like he was using a lot of the structure deck cards, except for like Fabled Raven, but because he was running Fader, and I think he ran like the 2000 defense one too or something. I don't remember if that was this guy or not. But yeah, I was pretty fortunate to draw the Treeborn Frog because I don't think I had one. I did not, because I needed the Treeborn Frog. But yeah, I'm just going to Rise and get over him right there. And for whatever reason, I think he went Tour Guide to Tour Guide. Or no, he did use Brow, but I don't know why he went for Leviathan, because that's not a very good card. I probably would have held on to that. But whatever. So he's going to attack me with Fabled Raven, and he's, at 2000 because he discarded a card. And then he Morphing Jars me, which card destruction and Morphing Jar in Dark World is pretty goddamn good, and it's really annoying. So yeah, then he's going to Dark Hole me and all that good stuff. And he's going to make this guard counter thing, which I don't even know what the hell it is. But yeah, I set 2 for whatever reason, but yeah, whatever. Because I figured I might get hit with a lot of damage, but I ended up burning the 2 back row. Probably shouldn't have set them, but it's alrighty. So he's going to bottomless this guy, and yeah, I didn't want to use Illusionary Snatcher because, yeah, there wouldn't be really much to do with it, and that's not very fun. But he's going to get out the Grapha for like the first time the entire duel, so that's cool. And now I'm going to just hopefully, oh yeah, this is that guy that when I was dueling him, he card destructioned all 3 of my Caius, wasn't it? Yeah, he Morphing Jarred the fucking things, and Caius is really good against Dark World because you can banish Grapha and all their cards and whatnot. And of course, he had all 3 of them with that Morphing Jar, which was really sad, so all I had was like Ryza, but I got one back with M7, so there's no way in hell I'm going to lose at this point. So yeah, he's going to get his Beige, and he's going to set another Dark Smog to hopefully get rid of my Treeborn, but he can't, so that's good. And yeah, saved Caius because I wanted to wait for him to bounce for Grapha right there. He's going to Dark Smog to get rid of my Ryza, and then he's going to get that guy to get this guy's effect, which destroys all my monsters apparently. But I had a Fader, so I'm glad I drew into that because I would have lost right there. I'm pretty sure he was sitting there telling me GG at this point, and I'm like, no, it's not game, but whatever. But yeah, had like 3 Treeborn Frogs because of all of his Morphing Jar shenanigans. But yeah, I ended up soul exchanging because I needed to get rid of multiple cards because that retarded cousin of Dark World could destroy me, and yeah, that's alrighty. So I banished his Grapha, so he doesn't have many plays, so I can pretty much finish him off at this point. Next turn anyway, because I'm +3 on him right now. He's going to draw a card and whatever. So he's got the Ceruli, whatever, just a last hitch attempt to try to survive, which it worked for him because he gets another draw out of it, but yeah, MST isn't going to help him. He's a trooper because he keeps playing for whatever reason. And yeah, now we're almost done. Now we are almost done indeed. And now he quits. Nope. Well, he's going to lose anyways, so just keep poking him. And there we go. He MSTs his own back row because why not? Alright, so now let's hop into another game. We will hop into the Gishki matchup here. And yeah, he was playing like a really super duper turbo version. I figured he was doing like the card destruction thing where he tries to make your opponent deck out. But he wasn't, and he's just doing all his Gishki shit. I'm not going to even try to narrate over that. It's really hard. And as you can see, if it wasn't for that Trag, this would be a pretty piss poor hand. And as soon as something goes to the graveyard, I'll be able to reborn and then use a Monarch, hopefully. But whatever. Yeah, so he did that thing, and then he's doing all this other shit, and I don't even know what's going on anymore. But all I know is that he gets a lot of cards out, and then he has no cards left. So whatever. Then I get a Trag, and then he's going to use that thing's effect to like shuffle me back into the deck. But that's alright, because I needed to do that anyways. I get the Treeborn, but I don't really have time to do it, because he's going to end up shuffling it back into the deck if I don't watch out. So yeah, he's just going to set Reckless Attack over me. Whatever. Now, I think I get a chance to set the Treeborn Frog, which, yes I do. Just set the Treeborn Frog, and he's going to be forced to attack into me. And he goes for Reckless Greed or whatever, because he's trying to get out his Gishki things. That's alright with me because, you know, he already used Reckless Greed, so he can't draw for 2 turns, which is why you really don't want to just go randomly in for Reckless Greed. You usually want to use 2 of them so you get a plus out of it, but whatever. So I banished the Soul Ogre, and yeah, he can't really do anything at this point because, yeah, he's going to keep on applying pressure by doing this and, like, poking his hand and all that good stuff. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he quits, like, now because he realizes he's not going to be able to draw. Yeah, he realizes it. Well, he adds this thing back to his hand, but he doesn't have any cards to get back, so yeah. Right now we'll go into another one. We'll go into the Heroes. Actually got really good, really good luck in this duel, which was, you know, unfortunate for him. So yeah, just gonna set the Rodent Totem because this hand isn't very good. Yeah. Only reason I run Zaborg is because I want to make a Volcasaurus. Yeah, I can just burn him and then attack with Thunder Charger, which is pretty good. We're going to take his Stratos because I know if he had like a D-Prison set that, yeah, he wouldn't want to banish his Stratos. But that's alright. He's playing a really weird build of heroes too. He's got like hand traps and he's got regular traps and he's got Trag. And this is my misplay. I should have overlaid for Thunder Charger here because I do run like 2 of them. But I should have done that and I thought about it as soon as I hit end turn. But whatever. He just attacks over me and it's alright. Then I draw the Treeborn Frog, which was really lucky, because if I didn't draw the Treeborn Frog, I would just be shit out of luck at this point. So yeah, he's going to attack over me with this Alias, and that's alright with me. And he's going to get back the Treeborn. He's going to train the Max C, because I guess he doesn't think I'm going to be special summoning much. But that's alright. So I just ended up taking the Alias, because I was scared that he would have a Gemini Spark set, and if I just Tribute Summoned and try to get rid of the Alias, that he would just, Gemini Spark and get rid of my Monarch, which I didn't want to do. And yeah, just gonna set the summon the Swap Frog, dump a Treeborn, and then bounce back the Stalos or whatever the hell his name is, and that's pretty good. So yeah, he's got his hero shenanigans. If he had Black Corn there, he'd been way better off, and I guess he doesn't run it. So yeah, I could check, but I'm not going to because it's weird. But then I top decked the Heavy Storm, which was really good because I really needed that card actually. But then I just summon the Monarch guy and get a card out of his hand and then attack over Stratos. But yeah, he just sets 3 now, which is all these good cards. And then he gets this, and he's going to Torrential because he knows he has a Solemn behind it if I do decide to do something, which he does. And that was a card I was actually going to hit, so it's a good thing he did use Warning because he would have lost right there. So now he's going to try to draw another card because Max C too good. Yeah. He's going to get a Rhoda, and I don't have a play right now because the board has to pop a card. And there's no monsters on the board except for my own. But now there is. And yeah, so he's got a Bombless and a Lance set, and I didn't know that because obviously. Then I was going to do this, and I was really scared of a Gemini Spark, but at this point he realizes he's lost because I got a monster on board, and he's just going to quit. So yeah. Now we're going to against the Lancer Monarchs, I guess. Is that what it is? Yep, he's playing Nimbles apparently. Nimbles with the title and all that good stuff. So I did play against a little bit of an Incarnate Dragons, I guess, but yeah, he set himself up perfectly for a Dark Hole, which, yeah, he's kind of shit out of luck at this point. So yeah, but just shows that the Monarch deck can do some pretty good work under the right circumstances, but this title just keeps coming back at me, and it's not very fun. Fucking Incarnate Dragon Rulers are freaking derp. There's no point in making a deck like that, because they're really dumb. And yeah, I'm gonna put the Poison Draw Frog on top of his deck, so he really can't get out of it at this point. Plus I got a Photon Strike Bouncer, which can attack over title by 100, and if he tries to go for a Caius or a Lancer or anything like that, he can't, do it. And he's gonna waste his normal summon, so I got him any which way he goes. So I'm pretty sure he quits pretty soon, unless he wants to see his next draw, which he does. And he's just gonna get a Treeborn, so it's pretty obvious he lost at this point. But he's still gonna keep fighting. I don't understand, I would have quit by now. But yeah, I'm just gonna end up Caiusing him, I think. Yeah, Caius, get rid of the face down, and then attack over him for game. And that's game. So yeah, the Incarnate Dragons would be a kind of cool idea, but it's a lot better with the Nimbles and whatnot, so I'm not gonna run that. So now we're going to be going against Lightshorn. It's a pretty poor addition, like a pretty poor build of Lightshorn, I would say, because he's trying to put in way too many boss monsters. And I feel like if you use a lot more smaller monsters and then just have the main boss monsters, you'll be alright. I think in my Lightshorn deck I run like 5. But yeah, I run like triple Swap Frog and triple Treeborn because you need those cards really badly. And as you can see, if your hand doesn't have one of them, you're kind of shit out of luck. And yeah, that's why hopefully I open with them every game. If not, I get them pretty soon, which is why you need to run that many cards. So yeah, he's still sitting there. He hasn't drawn a Lightshorn yet, and I top decked the thing, plus did this. So if he did have a Raikou, which is what I thought it was, I never actually saw it, because he's going to quit pretty soon after, yeah, he's going to quit. Because he thinks I have a Monarch, I guess, but I didn't, so he still had a turn, but that's alright. Yeah, his hand wasn't very good anyways, unless he drew a Lightsworn, but whatever. And DevPro fucked up again, so yeah, I'll be back. Well, I'm gonna have to edit that one out because my papa came and told me to come up there. So yeah, we're gonna head and restart the Phantom Beast game because I was like in the middle of it, and yeah, he called. So yeah, he's playing the Phantom Beast Crafts, which is a pretty interesting deck, and the only problem with it is their boss monster is $200. So yeah, if you want 3 of them, which you kinda need, you're just kinda out of luck at that point. But yeah, I'm gonna get a lad off real quick, because I had a really good hand, and yeah. You don't want to get back the Treeborn because Lad would constantly negate it, and that's not very good. So Lad's going to be forced to negate the Dandelion, and then he's going to force negate the Foolish Burial, and then he's going to summon his 1900 beater and attack over me. This is about as far as I got into the last one. But yeah, that's the only problem with going with Lad so early. You need to have something in the graveyard to get back. But first turn Lad is pretty good. It's just it stuns, but if they get over it, you don't get anything back. And yeah, that's a really good thing about Lad, is you can get stuff back. But yeah, he's got a Star Shit Road and a Lansdowne, so my M7 attacked in there successfully, and I added back Lad, so I can do another Lad right now if I wanted to, which I think I do. Nope, I don't, sorry. But he's going to Mirror Force that thing because he doesn't want to get more damage, because he's already at a disadvantage in cards too, and he's going to Special Summon a token, which, yeah, that didn't work out too well, because I'm just going to... Well, I ended up going for another Lad, but for whatever reason DevPro messed up and gave me an error occurs, but I get another Lad with the Soul Exchange, and then he quits, because I remember this game. So yeah, he probably could have got out of it too, but whatever. But then the last duel we got here is against Zombies, which he was actually running that field spell, Zombie World, and that card shuts down my deck completely. And if I didn't have MSTs over like Lances, yeah, I'd just be out of luck at that point. But yeah, Zombie World says that you can't special summon monsters other than or you can't tribute summon monsters other than zombie monsters. And my whole deck revolves around tribute summoning, and not a single one of them is zombies. So that didn't work out too well. Yeah, I did some crazy stuff to get frogs in the graveyard, but whatever. I'm gonna reborn my Ryza because it's the best thing to reborn, I guess. And you didn't really have a play other than that. But yeah, I had a Gores because that's why I was so set with discarding stuff with swap, because I had a Gores to fall back on. And this was when I was running 2 Firestorm Monarch. I ended up taking one out because I was tired of having 2 of them when all I wanted was like Caius and Ryza, so I ended up putting in like another Maxi or another... I don't think I run Veilers. But yeah, he banishes my Treeborn, which turns out zombies have a pretty good matchup against Monarch, because you like shut them down pretty easily. But yeah, I just had the right cards at the right time, because I already got my monsters on board by the time he went for Treeborn, before he banished Treeborn. But yeah, I got the Basiltrice out, and it was pretty much a GG from that point, because if you have Illusionary Snatcher plus this guy, Illusionary Snatcher will copy the attribute, and you can go for Hazy Flame and banish a card every time you go for that guy. That's why I was running 2 of them, but I didn't really like them as much as I thought I would, so I just kind of got rid of them. But yeah, I'm going to hop into the deck profile here for you, so hold on half a second. Alrighty, so here is the deck profile. We got double Trigodia because you're going to have a really big hand most of the time. And yeah, you can just special summon him and it'll be a really good standalone monster. And I'm running double Lad because I feel like triple would be way too cloggy. And you have 2 Soul Exchange, and then you run the Rodent Totem and the Treeborns plus enemy controller. So you can get 2 tributes pretty easily depending on your hand. And then there's Gores because he's always really good in a deck with no back row. And then triple Illusionary Snatcher. I was only running 2 for a while, but I think I put it back in because I really liked having the card. But the only problem is back row is unfortunate. And yeah, it turns out I edited the deck more. Well, we'll get onto that later. But I got triple Caius because he's the best card ever. Just when he hits the field, you banish a card on the field, which is really good. It's like the only monster I can think of that has that, because he's really good. And yeah, we got the Stalos, the Firestorm Monarch, and when he's summoned, you just discard a card, and then you can do the Illusionary Snatcher, and then overlay for 6, and which is really good. And then we got triple Ryza, because he puts a card back on top of the deck, which sometimes is even worse than being banished, because yeah, sometimes in your hand you don't have an answer to like a 2400 beater, and what the fuck is this? I'm going to keep doing the deck profile, and this thing is just going to sit right there, because I don't feel like redoing this. But we got triple Ryza, because yeah, he's pretty good. And what I was saying was, when your hand is pretty bad, you have a hard time getting over 24 beater, and he'll put a card back on top of the deck, so you're going to draw it again, which means you're pretty much stunned, and if you can't beat it quickly, you lose. And yeah, we got Zaborg because I like doing the level 5 thing, which means you can get Volcasaurus, you can make a card, burn him, and then attack for game with Thunder Charger, which is pretty good usually. Then we got triple Swap Frog because yeah, he's the best card ever, because you just summon him, bounce a card back, and you can send Treeborn to the graveyard or Rodent Totem if you already have a Treeborn in the grave. So yeah, he's really good, and he's the best card ever. Then we got triple Maxi, which I put in another Maxi over the second Stalos because he's, yeah, Maxi is really good against the dragons, and you get like a 1-for-1 off Prophecy, and he's good against a lot of decks. But yeah, I love Maxi. And then we got Rodent Totem, triple Treeborn because you get him back, tributes on him, and really good. And then double Fader because I don't like losing, and Fader can help out a lot. We got Heavy Storm because this deck needs it very badly, and then we got double creature swap because yeah, you can give him a Treeborn Frog and you get the boss monster. So yeah, we got Dark Hole because get rid of everything. I still like this card. I don't know why people keep getting rid of it. I understand that it's not good against some decks, but it's good against a lot of others. So I'm gonna keep Dark Hole. And then we got Double Soul Exchange because you can tribute summon from their side of the field, which is really good. You can get rid of a monster, then banish another one, or just put it on top of the deck, or just send a card from their hand to the graveyard. So yeah, I like it. And then we got Reborn because get a monster back, always good. And then Double Lance because you can save your monster plus wasting their back row, which is pretty good. Plus you don't have to pick with MST, which I don't know what the hell I just got rid of, but double MST. I would like to put this card back in, but I took it out for some reason, which I might put it back later. Because yeah, as you can see, it was really good against that zombie player, because I would just be out of luck if I ran into that zombie world card or macro Cosmos, because Lance doesn't help you against that, but whatever. Then triple enemy controller, because this plus Treeborn Frog is extremely dumb and just helps out a lot. And yeah, then the extra deck, I just got a Stardust, because Veiler plus Illusionary Snatcher, I guess. It's not really necessary, I'm not sure why I'm running it. But then I got Black Rose, because Monarch plus Veiler is pretty good, which I'm not even running. So these two cards should come out, but whatever, put in whatever you want to. Like, these cards are really good, you can run 2 of them. But then Thunder Charger, because you can overlay it over top of a level 6 or 5, which is pretty good. And then M7, because you add a card back, which is what you usually want to go for when you do your Illusionary Snatcher play. And then double Photon Strike Bouncer, because yeah, you can negate effects and this can stun opponent really good. And they got Hazy Flame, because you saw that you can banish a card from the field, and it's really good. We got Insector Extra Beetle because he can get rid of anything on the field, which is pretty good, I would say. Plus, then you can follow up with the Thunder Charger, which is what I should have done in that one duel, but I didn't. But then Tyrus because, yeah, you can do it with Zaborg. And then Constellar Pleiades because you can make him with Zaborg and Illusionary Snatcher since he copies the attribute, and all he requires is 2 lights. So this card can help out a lot. And we have Volcasaurus, which is the main one you want to go for when you do a Zaborg. So yeah, he can burn, and then you overlay for Thunder Charger, which is really good. And then we got Gotchi because you run Rodent Toad, and then we got Shyneat Magician. And yeah, you just make him with like Treeborn and a Fader, or if you did run Veiler, which I might put in, I don't know. And there's just other cards you could run, which is like the MST Duality, Creature Swap, and then the Veilers that I keep talking about, and then the Triple Dupe Frog, and then Rodent Totems that you could run, and then Zaborg. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck profile, and if you if you enjoyed it, you can like, and if you want to see more, subscribe if you want to, and yeah, leave a comment, because I like reading comments. So yeah, I'm out, and later guys.